Hi, Hope and Help International Tour of Israel 2017. We're going to be back right here in 2018. You need to join us. I am at Bet Shean. Now this is the Greek Roman style of the city down below, but on the hill behind me is the biblical Bet Shean. This is where Saul's body was nailed to the wall by the Philistines. Mount Gilboa is just right over here. It's where Saul fought the Philistines. Saul, Jonathan, his sons, they were killed. And when the Philistines came back to strip the dead and to loot the place, they found the king of Israel and his sons. And in one more act to disgrace them, they cut off Saul's head and they nailed him and his sons to the wall here on top of this hill at Bet Shean. Now, across the river over here is the Gilead. Jabesh Gilead. The men of Jabesh Gilead heard what had happened to Saul and his sons. And in 1 Chronicles chapter 10, valiant men of Jabesh Gilead marched all night. They came to the city. They came up to the wall. They took down Saul and his sons. They cremated the body and they buried it. Now, what's the point of that story, David? You got to ask yourself, why Jabesh Gilead? Why would those guys risk the wrath of the Philistines to come over to this city and take down the bodies of Saul and his sons? The king of Israel is dead. The Philistines are obviously more powerful. They're living right here. Why would you risk your life, risk the wrath of the Philistines to do that? Well, the answer lies in the life of Saul. The very first battle that Saul ever fought, he came and delivered the men of Jabesh Gilead. They had been surrounded. Their siege had been laid. They were negotiating for peace. The only negotiation they could get was, we will take out the right eye of every man of the city. And they cried out for help. The men of Jabesh Gilead were not Jewish. They were Canaanite of origin, but they had a covenant with Joshua going all the way back to the conquest of Israel. Saul honored the covenant. He could have just ignored it. I mean, they're not Israelites, they're not like us, but he didn't do it. He said, you know, hundreds of years ago, Joshua made a covenant with these men. I'm gonna meet the needs of the covenant. And so Saul, in his very first battle, gathered an army, went to Jabesh Gilead, and he delivered the city. 40 years later, when he died in battle, the grandsons of those men said, the man that delivered my family, the man that delivered my grandparents, the man that is responsible for securing our city so that my parents are alive, his body has been disgraced in battle. I will not tolerate it. And they showed great respect to the man that had invested in their lives by coming over and taking him down. What's the takeaway for us? I think one of the things that we fail at in the United States is to honor the people that have invested in our lives, the people that have gone to great lengths to disciple us, to mentor us, to lift us up. Dr. Dean Mathis, Dr. Tommy Henschel, Kay Arthur, these people poured into my life. They invested in my life. I never want to do anything that would dishonor them. As a matter of fact, I always want to show honor to those people that poured into me because they invested in me. That's what the men of Jabesh Gilead did. They came all the way over here, risked the wrath of the Philistines to show honor to the man that had delivered them, the man that had invested in them. Who invested in you? Who discipled you? I think that as believers, particularly in this culture today in the U.S., we need to show honor to whom honor is due. Just a thought. Hey, we're Jabesh Gilead is over there. This is Bet Shean. Come with us 2018, Hope and Help International Tour. We'll show you this place. Lord bless you. Love you.